Hi guys, it's Thommo and welcome to my latest Walking Dead review. This week, Rick and company returned from Hilltop with the supplies that the new Alexandria required, but he also returned with the message that in order for them to keep getting the supplies from Hilltop, they would have to take the fight to Negan and his followers at their own base of operations in order for them to truly survive and continue to help their own town thrive. This would mean ultimately killing the people under the command of Negan, and a plan was hatched and we saw it utilised in great Walking Dead fashion. So this week is a really interesting one, and it really brought to the fray towards the end a really tense and exciting scene within this season so far. I think the whole ideal of Rick and the fact that he's telling the guys that they must kill other humans rather than the walkers was a really interesting concept. And for the most part, the majority of the people of Alexandria were quite willing to follow him. Even some of those who did follow him, though, had a few of their own thoughts and difficulties along the way. I think one of the most compelling characters along the way for the whole journey of the show has been Carol, and the fact that she's actually now almost siding with Morgan, who she was very much opposed against, and she's starting to think that his ideal is in the fact that negotiation rather than killing is the way forward. So that really brought a whole new edge to Carol's character, and she is by far one of the most complex and engaging characters within this massive group, and she's one of the survivors at the end of the day. So for her to suddenly change her tune, so to speak, really made for really interesting and engaging watching. I think also another character who's very similar is Glenn, and him and Heath kind of paired together this week, and the very fact that neither of them had ever killed a human being rather than walkers really made for quite a lot of difficulties for the pair of them, especially Glenn, who we probably didn't really expect that from him, considering he's almost been one of Rick's right-hand men. So to see him struggling this week just shows the real depth of some of these characters, and they are really being affected by what is happening and living in this really difficult and torrid world. So ultimately, it was one of the slightly darker episodes, not as dark as we have seen in the past, but I think the whole rosy sunshine and smiles of some of the recent episodes that have passed us by has certainly gone, and we're really making our way towards the showdown with Negan, which is really exciting. I think the whole sequence in which the Alexandrians stormed Negan's castle, shall we say, was a really well executed and quite tense moment towards the end of the episode, so that played out really, really well. And the finale of the episode as well, it poses so much excitement and so many questions. The main question, when are we finally going to see Negan? Because we've heard a lot about him, we've seen his base of operations, but we still haven't seen him, so that's something we can really, really look forward to. Ultimately, this was another fantastic episode of The Walking Dead. The last few episodes of this second half of the season have been brilliant, and I think the creators and the showrunners really know that they're building up to a massive, massive character, and I hope we do get to see him very, very soon. We're obviously in the second stint of this season, so how much of him we'll see, who knows, and whether the infamous murder of a certain character will happen. It's a lot of questions to be asked, but this is a show that is really thriving on these, bringing these new characters in and also playing with those individuals that we're so used to. So I'm really looking forward to the next couple of weeks for this show because it bodes so well. This is probably the most exciting The Walking Dead has been for some time, so I think it's really hitting the mark in the right spots. So I hope you enjoyed my review, guys. As always, The Walking Dead is really thriving at the moment and it's just so exciting. So I hope you're enjoying it too. Let me know what you think. Make sure you give me a thumbs up for this review. Really appreciate it. And as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel because there's a lot of content still to come in the coming weeks. So until the next time, take care.